Hey, what is going on, people? This is Mr. T. The king is ready. The queen is ready. We are back with some Clash of Clans actions right here. My name is Mr. T, and today we're going to be doing some high-level trophy farming. And it's going to be a lot of fun here. I'm up in the Masters 1 League. Last time, I was up in Champs. I went all the way back down to Bronze. I came all the way back up here. Primarily without heroes, as you can see, my heroes are 2020 now. I have been doing a couple wars here and there, so I have been practicing some new war strategies that I will show you in the coming videos. And I don't know if I'm gonna post a lot of videos. I don't know if I'm going to start up again. I just feel that I do like playing this game. I play it every day, and I want to show you some cool stuff. Without further ado, what I'm going to show you today is I'm going to show you how I Barch. So little Queenwalk Barch up here in the Masters League. I am going to champion soon. I'm not making a strong push. I am using Barch, and I am winning most of my attacks here. So I mostly without a clan castle as well, just like I did the first time I pushed to champs without a significant clan castle use throughout. I only really use a clan castle when I have to save the raid. Anyway, I'm babbling. So I'm back here in Masters League, and I'm going to show you how I Barch. I use 82 barbarians, 82 archers, 4 healers, and I'm going to do a little queen walk with 4 raid spells here, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna look for, number 1, you're gonna look for some dead bases. Number 2, you're going to try to look for dead bases because of the Seeking Air Mines. Watch out for Seeking Air Mines. And number 3, you're going to use the rage spells on the healers and the queen to keep her up as long as possible and get as much loot as you can. And here we go. I'm gonna show you a raid from last night. This was a lot of fun here. It was a little bit late at night, so please don't be too hard on me if I mess this up. All right. So this was a lot of fun here. I come in from the left side here, but you notice that my queen gets targeted by 2 Teslas that just happen to be there on the left side. He did put his gold storages out as a little trap, but I do not fall for it. My rage spell keeps my queen up, kills the bomb tower, kills everything, and I bring some barbarians in on the right side there with some archers, and they take out the 2 Teslas there on the right. So the reason I brought out those barbarians and archers on the right side was because I want to funnel the queen toward the left side, get her toward that town hall, and get her to walk toward the left. The reason I want her to walk toward the left is because if she walks toward the right, she might get too close to that air defense that the healers will get targeted by the air defense. And you don't want that. You want your queen to stay up as long as possible, and you want your healers to stay up as long as possible. This is a semi-dead base. Actually, I think it is a completely dead base, but it does have a lot of loot in the storages. And xbows out of juice, and I don't get shot out of juice, and I don't get shot at throughout. So my queen was about there. The rule of thumb for the queen walk here is that if she's getting targeted by an archer tower and another point defense like a cannon, or maybe an xbow, an archer tower, and a cannon, whoa, she is going to go down. So you want to make sure that you keep her up there. If the healers are getting targeted by an air sweeper like so, she will also start going down because the healers are going to get knocked back and not be able to provide coverage for her fully. Now, as the queen goes to the left side here, she is going to target that air defense before, hopefully, the healers get in range of the air defense here. So let's see, she's hitting, nope, the healers do get in range, so I do pop the queen ability there to make sure to kill that air defense before my healer goes down. I do manage to keep the healer up, so it's very, very good here. I could have used a rage spell, but I didn't want to risk it, honestly. I was doing so good in this raid at this point. You see how much loot I've gotten there on the right side, that I wanted to make sure she stayed up as long as possible. The xbows are completely down. I could potentially go for that dark elixir storage in the center if I had a few wall breakers, but I don't bring wall breakers in this raid because the objective is to really get the collectors and the mines. There's a guy in the forums named Sin of Dusk. He's a really great Barcher. He's probably one of the best Barchers I've ever seen. If you check out his WordPress, I'm gonna link a link in the section below there. He does some really good stuff, and he makes some really great points about barching as being the most effective strategy in Clash of Clans to get loot the fastest, but also the most efficiently. using barbarians and archers, you don't really waste a lot of elixir. You don't really waste a lot of things. I could do a straight up Barch, which I will show you in a future video, especially when I do have my heroes up and I don't really feel like getting too fancy with the Queenwalk. However, I have found that I can get 2 stars pretty consistently with this strategy, and using a straight up Barch a lot of time doesn't get you that 70%. The strategy also, there are times when you don't get the 70%, but more times than not you will get it. I did not have to pop that last rage spell there, but I did it because I wanted to get that last little bit of elixir and a couple more percentage there. I was hoping that the queen would turn back and try to get the dark elixir storage, but that did not happen, and that's okay. I did get 81% here. My queen and my king are both fully healed up, which if you do this right, that's how it should work. However, there are times when that doesn't quite work that way. I'm going to show you one more successful raid, and then I'm going to show you one that didn't go so well that I still won, but it definitely was not as successful. So I'm going to show you this raid here. This kind of a mid-range attack here. You saw in the last one, everything went right. My queen targeted 3 air defenses. None of the healers went down. The base was completely dead. Now, in this case, this base is partially alive, so you are going to see a little bit more trouble here with these xbows, as well as pretty much everything that's live. I don't know if I get hit by a Seeking Air Mine in this raid, because normally Seeking Air Mines are toward the center of the base, probably right in between this Town Hall and this King Shrine right there. So here I want the queen to go left. Once again, I want to really control the way that she travels through, so I'm going to drop a couple archers here on the right side to make sure to take out that dark barracks. I'm going to take out that air sweeper, very, very important. And at this point, I'm going to start going in, and the queen is going to take out this gold storage, and I believe that this time, instead of dropping a rage, I popped the queen ability early because I kind of freaked out. I realized that she was going down. Again, I was doing this very late at night, and then I used a rage spell there, but the reason you don't want to do that is because notice now that this archer tower is targeting my healer. You do not want to pop the queen ability in range of an archer tower because they can target your, or in range of an xbow that's not on ground, because they can target your healers, and that's obviously really bad. Now, I do get hit with an air bomb there, and the archer tower does switch over to the queen finally, but 1 healer does go down. I only have 3 left. I have to drop another rage spell here to make sure that I can make a push into the center of this compartment. This base was worth 42 trophies for me, so I do end up getting 28 because I do end up getting the Town Hall. And the Town Hall is going down now, and the Town Hall goes down. So this is going to be pretty much a guaranteed 2-star. I come in with my barbarians and archers on the right side here. I came in on the right side because there was a bunch of loot right there, including that dark elixir drill that's right here. I am going to miss the one here, but this one is not level 6, so that's okay. I don't mind missing that one. Now, at this point in the raid, my queen was starting to go down. I have 3 healers left, and she's getting targeted by a barbarian king. When she's getting targeted by a barbarian king and also an xbow here, the Barb King does a ton of damage. You want to drop that rage spell right away. I did not, so my queen does go down. I dropped the rage spell way too late. You can see the rage spell right there about to drop, but the queen is already down. You want to drop it a few seconds ideally before she goes down. The air defense start targeting my healers that are healing up these archers that are trying to break through this level 10 wall. That's not going to happen. A couple archers left there on the right side, and barbarians, they do get me a little bit more percentage. So not quite the 70%. However, I do get quite a bit of percentage there, so that's totally fine. It was a very successful raid. 28 cups! And 471,000 gold, so almost $1 million in loot, including the bonus, well over $1 million in loot, because the bonus here in Masters 1 is 160,000. The reason I like to do this attack in Masters 1 is because I can get a star or 2 most of the time, and you can see that this attack is only worth 221,000 elixir. Now you're going to say that's pretty high, and it is, and that's because of the rage spells. Normally this attack would only be worth a really very small amount of elixir, and when I do make the Barch video, I will show you just how different the elixir expenditure is when you do a straight up Barch as opposed to this kind of Queenwalk Barch. I can do a straight up Barch without using any spells whatsoever on the right base. The thing is about Barch, you can do this on the right base. With this Queenwalk, you can do it on pretty much any Town Hall 9 and at least pull off a high percentage star. So now I'm going to show you a time when this didn't go so well, and it's the last attack I'm going to show you today. I won't show you a live attack because I'm going to save that for a different video. I come in from the left here, and what do you notice? These air defenses are all very much on the outside of this base, but I make the mistake of going for this Dark Elixir drill here on this Town Hall 10. You want to do a Town Hall 10 that has a centralized Inferno so that way you stay the heck away from them. They are very, very strong. Even a Town Hall 9, a level 20 Queen is still way too weak to take on an Inferno of this level. So I bring her in on the left here, and when I drop in my healers, the air defense is going to start targeting them because the Queen is way too close. I try to hold off on dropping the healers right away, but I do drop them, and the Queen starts going down. This Tesla starts targeting the Queen, and everything just starts going bad. I pop the Queen ability and a rage spell, thankfully only losing, wow, I actually lost one healer, but this Archer Tower, because again, I popped the Queen ability too soon, this Archer Tower, when the Queen disappeared, started popping the healer here. So that's really bad because 2 healers is definitely not enough to keep the Queen up long enough to allow her to take up a very significant portion of this base. Now, this is one of those raids. I told you earlier that I don't normally use a clan castle when using my Queenwalk, and that is true. I don't normally use a clan castle because it's really not necessary. But in this case, you can see here that I have 13% with 47 seconds left in the raid. I did end up winning this raid, but the reason I ended up winning was because I went around 2-finger deployment, tried to get as many structures as I possibly could. I should have dropped the king first so the healers went straight to the king, but I didn't. But this does allow you quite a bit of room for error because of the amount of percent that the Queen can get on his own. You see these wizards on the right side, they did a lot of work on some of these structures here, and they took out a couple of things, key structures on the right side that did allow me to get that 50%. So this was a raid where not everything went perfectly, but for the most part, it still did pretty well, a lot better than a lot of other strategies would do that cost this much. I mean, this would cost absolutely no Dark Elixir, and I think it's a pretty great strategy. I enjoy it quite a bit, and it's also just so much fun to do, and you can easily get a 2-star on most bases that have a non-centralized town hall, which you will find at this rate in Masters. A lot of people have anti-3-star bases because they don't want to lose a ridiculous amount of loot. So if someone logs off, or not a ridiculous amount of loot, they don't want to lose trophies. So if someone logs off for a day and they have, almost full collectors, you're going to be able to get a lot of loot from them and the 2-star and a bunch of trophies. So this is the way I've been pushing up to champs once again. And once I push up to champs, I'm actually putting these heroes down, hopefully today or tomorrow. So my heroes are going down, and I'm gonna need to do something else, and that's what I'm gonna show you. I'm actually doing a little bit of Lunian when I have my heroes down. I have been able to push in this level without heroes, and I'm gonna show you how to do that. Anyway, this is a lot of fun for me, guys. I haven't been posting videos, and I don't really have an excuse for it, honestly. I just haven't been feeling it. This is a game where we do have a very large YouTuber presence, and it's sometimes a little bit intimidating to come in as a new guy and try to make some cool videos because a lot of what I've wanted to do has already been done. However, I feel like there's still a very good amount of farming that is just not paid attention to by a lot of the bigger YouTubers, and I want to do a lot of farming here. I really enjoy efficient farming strategy, especially like my Queenwalk strategy here with the Barch, or in the very bottom here, army number 3, you can see this is my non-hero farming. I use a Lunian, and you do notice that it does cost 740 Dark Elixir. However, that is absolutely nothing up here because I am able to get high percentage, and my bonus makes up for pretty much all of the Dark Elixir that I spend, so everything else is extra. I'm going to show you that later, but anyway, this is Mr. T. If you like this video, please drop a like in the section below, and let me know how much loot have you gotten using Barch or a strategy similar to this up in the Masters League or up in Champs. I'd really be interested to see. This was one of the best raids that I've gotten with the bonus. This was well over 1.5 million in loot, and almost 4,000 dark elixir. So this is probably the biggest, not dark elixir, but gold and elixir raid that I've gotten this high up with a relatively cheap army. I mean, if you think about the net profit that I had from this attack, it was well over $500,000. And that is ideally what you want, and $1 million in profit almost with that bonus. So high level farming, guys, is where it's at. This is Mr. T, peacing out. Did I really just say peacing out? I think I did. Oh man, this is gonna be a fun time.